Hi, everybody. Next up is the One Step Beyond episode, The Haunted U-Boat. And I talked before about how One Step Beyond basically had the first appearances of actors who later on became pretty famous. Many famous actors started in One Step Beyond. The most recent example I gave you was with the episode with William Shatner. And here is another example, which is Werner Klemperer, whom you probably all know from Hogan's Heroes, where he played Colonel Clint. And before he played that role, he played a very similar role, almost identical, basically, almost the same role, a little more serious maybe, in One Step Beyond, where he does a pretty good job playing a Nazi. Of course, what else would he play? But as I said, it's funny because many actors get typecast. And usually, for those actors who started with One Step Beyond, if they played a certain role in One Step Beyond, that's almost always the role they're stuck with for the rest of their life. And yeah, well, it's a pretty good episode. As I said, Werner Klemperer's acting is pretty good. And also, it seems they actually shot this episode on an actual submarine from World War II. So I've seen some submarine movies before. I mean, those were, not television movies. They were actually, movies released in theaters. And they had high production values. But they were just filmed in some garage or something. You could tell right away that that is not a submarine they're filming in, and that those actors probably have never seen a submarine, let alone the scriptwriter. There's some pretty bad submarine movies out there. The only good submarine movie that I can really recommend is, of course, Das Boot. But One Step Beyond being, a very early TV show with very low production value. They had very little money, But so considering that, it's actually, I think it's actually that they did a good job, filming on an actual submarine. So I think considering that this was a TV show, that was pretty good. But of course, as I said, it looks like I think it is an actual submarine from World War II. But of course, it's and you can tell if you know a little bit about submarines, you can tell right away. They're filming this, of course, on an American submarine, on a U.S. submarine from World War II. But it's supposed to be a German U-boat. Well, of course, it looks nothing like a German U-boat. It's obviously a U.S. submarine, probably, from that was used in the Pacific. And you can tell that right away by all the fans. This is so typical for U.S. submarines from the Pacific during World War II. All those fans, and German U-boats didn't have fans. They didn't need fans because they had pretty good ventilation. So anyway, you can tell right away that it's a U.S. submarine. But other than that, I think it's well done. It's a very interesting episode, and I think it's also relatively realistic. Yeah. Okay. I stop rambling now. Go watch the episode. One more thing. I had some issues. I'm always trying to get the best quality, and I did get it in pretty good quality. But for some reason, there were some issues during the end of the episode. So at the end of the episode, I had to switch to lower quality. Well, anyway, this was the best I could do.
The amazing drama you're about to see is a matter of human record. You may believe it or not. But the real people who lived this story, they believe it. They know. They took that one step beyond. This is one of the storerooms of a salvage company in Connecticut. It may seem a most unlikely place to begin the incredible saga of German U-boat 147, but there's a reason for my being here. A fantastic reason, which I'll explain later. Actually, the story began some years ago, and a long way from Connecticut. It was early spring 1945, and Hitler's Third Reich was dying. 147 was one of the last U-boats to survive. Now it waited off the coast of northern Germany to begin its final voyage.
Down! Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler. Be careful with those briefcases.
An honor to have you aboard, sir.
I shouldn't be on board. I should be with the Führer, fighting until the end.
Put them in my cabin. May I show you to your quarters?
The captain is generous.
My orders from the Admiralty are quite specific. So long as you are aboard this boat, you are in command, Herr Bartner.
My orders are not so specific. We must somehow keep this dream alive.
Herr Kapitän, enemy aircraft!
Herr Bartner! Alarm!
Secure!
Right to 40 meters!
40 meters, Captain!
That's rather hard. Steady, 1-2.
What will it take?
We'll be underwater in 30 seconds.
God! What is it?
Someone is trapped on top! Surface at once!
Surface at once, Captain!
What are you doing?
I'm going up after him.
You can't. The plane will kill us all.
One of my men is drowning up there.
You cannot surface. I will not allow it. That is an order.
Resume driving position to 40 meters.
40 meters, Captain! Even keel, Captain!
Air stations. This is the captain. Check all personnel and report.
Oh, I have never been on a U-boat. Is smoking permitted?
No, Herr Bobman.
No?
No, there is battery gas aboard. It might explode.
What a bore.
What a beautiful cigarette case.
Yes, it is, isn't it? The inscription on the inside might interest you.
The Führer.
It was given to me at Nuremberg in 1938. A million voices singing the Horst Wessel song. The torches turning their faces red. Those were days, my boy.
Engine room reporting, Captain. All hands at station.
Aft torpedo room. All hands at station.
Waiting room at station.
Forward torpedo room. All hands at station, Captain.
That leaves only the control room.
Captain, you must understand that the life of every German is as dear to me as it is to you. But on this voyage, my dear Captain, you're carrying something more precious than life.
And that is?
You are carrying the last hope of the Third Reich. All that is left of Germany are a few U-boats, such as this one, moving under the sea, with a half a dozen leaders like myself. This is not vanity. This is a historical fact.
When did you see the Fuhrer last?
I do not want to talk about that. He's become an old man. His vitality all gone. His whole body trembles. Imagine those wonderful eyes, dead. I wept. I admit it, I wept.
Captain! All hands at stations in control room.
Are you certain?
Certain, Captain.
No one missing. How can that be?
Could it have been the bullets from the plane?
Possibly some seaweed caught on the cables when we crash-dived, Captain.
I suppose it's possible.
Well, then we're upset about nothing. All is well. That is a good omen. I feel rather tired. Would someone take me to my cabin, please?
Fido,
Yes, Captain.
show her Barkman to my quarters.
Yes, Captain.
What is it?
Check every valve, bolt, and sitting on this boat.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Keep looking.
I checked the engine room, the aft torpedo room, and the forward torpedo room. Everything is working perfectly. Oh, I found a loose sprocket on one of the ventilator fans, but that could not have caused the noise.
Well, let's hope we are through with the sound.
What's that?
A little party. I gave the men permission.
But they'll wake Herr Bartmann. The poor man finally fell asleep. I'll tell him to stop.
Lieutenant, didn't you hear me? I gave them permission.
I'm not a worshipper of dignity like the good captain. Some of my best memories are of being with young people at party meetings. They were like my own boys. Well now, whose birthday is it?
My wife's, sir.
Your wife's? How charming.
Did they wake you up, Herr Bartmann?
No, it's all right. The sound has stopped.
Yes.
It's more pleasant to be awake now. Go to my cabin. You will find a bottle of cognac there. Bring it here.
At once.
Your wife, huh? Well, how old is she?
Elsa's 21. I hope.
You hope?
She's been reported missing.
Oh, come now. Let's cheer up. I may have to send a message to Herr Goebbels saying that we have discovered a defeatist among us. Herr Goebbels will say, shoot him right away.
Herr Bartmann.
Ah, thank you. Cognac, huh? It's better than beer, isn't it? Here we go. Little cognac for you. Little cognac for you. All right, here, my boy.
stupidity is this? There must be some way of finding out where this is coming from.
We've checked everything inside the hull. Every piece of machinery is working perfectly.
Then why is there this pounding?
When we surface to recharge batteries, we'll check the superstructure. Maybe it's up there.
And when will that be?
When it's possible.
Oh, it's bad enough to be sealed up in this coffin, choking on the smell of oil and men. But to endure this idiotic... No, no, no!
It's coming from here, yes, but there is nothing wrong. It's tight as a drum.
Captain, I want to ask you a question.
Well?
Is it possible that one of the men in your crew is doing this deliberately?
Deliberately? Why should anyone?
Oh, come now. Don't be that simple-minded.
I don't understand.
To shatter my nerves, of course. To make it impossible for me to carry out my mission.
That's ridiculous.
I do not think so.
Even if anyone wanted to, how could they?
What do I know about U-boats? I would make a very satisfactory victim for a trick. Is there no way to stop this pounding? Will this pounding ever cease?
Captain Medical Officer.
Yes. What for? What for?
A sedative, perhaps, Sir Bartman.
I do not need a sedative. I want the records of every man sent to my cabin.
All the records are kept in the Admiralty in Berlin.
Oh, that's most unfortunate. It might have been interesting to look into the captain's records also. Poundings in my cabin! Right outside the wall! Surface at once and find out what it is!
We can't. It would be too dangerous.
Surface at once!
Surface at once!
Surface at once, Captain!
Everything still all right?
No signs of anything so far, Captain.
Keep a sharp watch.
Yes, Captain.
Nothing.
Radio message, Captain.
Thank you. Where was this picked up?
Shortwave from London.
Herr Bartmann, we haven't found the trouble yet, but I assure you we are back.
Yes. We will stay up here until we do find it. I didn't know that fresh air could taste so sweet. For me? It is a lie.
I doubt it, Herr Bartman.
Who gave you this?
The radio man, of course.
It is another deliberate attempt to harass me.
Herr Bartman, I assure you.
Who is this radio man? What is his background?
Lieutenant Friedel is in charge of personnel.
I found him reliable. Admiral Dönitz announced today that Adolf Hitler died during the night of April 30th. A Reuters dispatch reports that Hitler killed himself.
It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie.
It's a filthy lie! The Führer would never do anything like that. No, sir. I do not believe in the reliability of your radio man.
But Herr Boatman, I was...
Why do you insist on defending him?
I'm not defending him.
It's a lie! It's a lie! A filthy lie!
Why are we fighting among ourselves? We're all that is left. Captain, I wish to speak to the men.
Attention! This is the captain. Attention!
This is Bautmann. I bring you terrible news, my comrades. The Führer is dead. He died like a hero, leading his troops into battle. We are Germany now. We must be worthy of the Führer's courage.
Captain. Attention! This is the captain. Everybody to dive stations!
What are you doing?
A boat is approaching from the south.
We haven't found out about the pounding! We haven't found out about the pounding!
Ship 10 miles away!
Oh, no! 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 No!
Propeller noises are stronger now. 1, 2, 5 revolutions. Sounds like a destroyer.
How close?
Between 3,000 and 4,000 meters.
Lieutenant Schneider?
This is the captain. What is our depth?
90 meters.
An enemy destroyer is approaching. We will be under depth charge attack in approximately 4 minutes. You are to begin procedures for silent routine.
Yes, Captain. This is Lieutenant Schneider.
All electrical equipment except battery for lights will be shut off.
Shoes are to be removed.
There will be no unnecessary talking.
And what do we do if the pounding starts again?
Power room will turn off motors.
Chief engineer will disconnect ventilating system.
That is all.
Giving further information.
2,500 meters. Still closing. Propeller 1, 2, 5 revolutions.
If that is the only sound you make, we will be all right, Captain.
How close?
2,200 meters. Closing. No, wait. Going over to new course. Approximately 228.
He may be losing us. He's veering away. Well?
4,000 meters. Still moving away. Now on course 206.
He's all over the ocean. He's lost us.
Where am I? Oh, suffocating. I'm suffocating. I can't breathe. Get out. What is it? What is it? I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I must have air. The destroyer will pick up the pounding and come back.
Indeed it will, Lieutenant.
What is it? Where can it be? Air! Get away from me! He struck me! He's doing the pounding. Arrest him! Arrest him! He's doing it! Can't you see? Tell him who I am! Tell him to stop the pounding! Tell him to stop the pounding! Oh, listen. I'm Bautmann. Remember, the Führer, he embraced me. He said to me, Nürnberg. Million voices, screaming, faces, blood, head.
I gave him pen to sell.
Faces.
Make him unconscious in a minute.
Red voices.
All stations. This is the captain. This is the captain. Reach for deep charges.
Are we going to try to run for it, Captain?
Run? Where can we run?
We're sitting ducks.
It stopped. He's unconscious now. Will somebody give me a hand?
Dear God, only when he's conscious.
What?
We hear the pounding only when he's awake. When he's asleep, it's gone. It's gone now. Don't you see? Somehow it comes from him.
That could not be.
It follows him from place to place.
No, it's not possible. It's not possible.
All stations. This is the captain. Restore power and prepare to surface. Aim to forward tank. Left rudder. Not going to surrender. Surrender? The war is over. Do you want to die down here with her, Bautmann?
What could it have been?
Wonder about it for the rest of your days. Just as I shall. Who knows? It might be good for our souls. All hands! This is the captain. We are going to surrender.
Through the courtesy of the Hornsby Salvage Company in Connecticut, I offer this wrench as one of the strangest mementos of World War II. In 1946, the Hornsby people bought U-boat 147 for scrap. When the outside hull of the ship was cut away, this wrench was found in the hands of a skeleton. During the frenzied war effort of the German U-boat yards, sometimes a workman died unnoticed inside the tank spaces, which then became his unmarked tomb. Now that explains the skeleton, but it doesn't explain the pounding. However, I have a theory. It's my own, of course. What about the man who held this wrench? What was he? Was he a slave laborer from the Balkans of France, Poland? Or was he a German whose hatred of the Nazis did not end with his death? What was he?